Coco Gauff's game is a bit like a boa constrictor. The court just feels smaller and smaller and smaller, and the player can just breathe less and less and less.
That's such a good way to put it.
And this is the thing about Gauff is, I mean, if she can hold her serve at an average clip, her return and her ability to break is so good. It's just like, I mean, I think that she might be the best returner, or have the best return game on the tour.
Yeah, she's up there for sure.
Coco Gauff is on a straight-up rampage right now, and the tennis world can't stop buzzing about what she's putting on display. And listen to this, we're not just talking about stacking wins, we're talking about a full-blown technical shift that has analysts, former legends, and even her rivals looking shaken. The stats are finalized, the film has been studied, and the experts have stamped it official. Coco Gauff owns the best return of serve anywhere on the WTA Tour right now. Yes, you heard that right. She has officially leapfrogged Aryna Sabalenka, the current world #1. So hold up, let's paint the picture. Coco Gauff has always had that dog in her, a non-stop competitor who refuses to quit on any point. But what we're seeing at the Australian Open and in this early stretch of the season is different, special, and potentially game-changing for the entire women's hierarchy. Watching Coco return serves feels like poetry unfolding in real time. Her reaction speed is downright unreal. The instant the ball leaves her opponent's strings, Coco is already sliding, already calculating, already lining up the counter like she's seen the future. This isn't just about surviving the serve anymore. It's about taking control of the rally from the very first touch. And girl, this is where it gets spicy. After serious number crunching and deep technical breakdowns, analysts across the tennis world have landed on the same conclusion. Coco Gauff currently leads the entire sport in return of serve conversion efficiency. This isn't guesswork, this isn't hype talk. This is straight data doing the talking. From a technical standpoint, Coco is clearing every metric that actually matters. The footwork, the anticipation, the split-step timing, the way she redirects pace, it's all syncing at the perfect moment in her career. And when you track her trajectory, when you notice the gains month after month and tournament after tournament, the message is loud and clear. Coco Gauff is sprinting toward becoming the next world #1. And if you're Aryna Sabalenka, you've got to be feeling that pressure right now. The rise Sabalenka has been riding, that stretch of dominance at the very top of the rankings, might finally be staring down its toughest test yet. According to these same experts, breaking everything down frame by frame, Coco Gauff in 2025 is flat out better than she's ever been. And let's be clear, she was already scary before. Now, I know what some of y'all are thinking. Are the experts dragging this a little too far? Are we caught up in the hype machine? Is this just another case of crowning someone before they've truly arrived? Here's the reality. The numbers don't lie, and these numbers are wild. Coco Gauff is currently winning 71% of return points. Let me say that again, 71%. That means when Coco is on the return, she's taking the point more than 7 out of every 10 times. That's not just impressive, that's historically elite. And hold up, this is where the storyline really heats up. Aryna Sabalenka, the reigning world #1 and the most dominant force over the past year, is sitting at 69%. Now don't get it twisted, that's still an elite number, but Coco has passed her. Coco has snatched the crown. For context, Sabalenka owned this category for a long time. She was at the bar. She was the standard everyone else was chasing. But here at the Australian Open, the script flipped. Coco Gauff didn't just catch up, she surged past the world #1 in one of the most important skills in modern tennis. And she did it while putting her mental toughness on full display. Coco punched her ticket to the 4th round of this year's Australian Open after a brutal comeback where she dropped the first set. A lot of players would have cracked right there. A lot of players would have let doubt take over, but not Coco. She battled back, she raised her level, and she proved why these stats actually match the eye test. Analysts who study the game at the highest level are now talking about Coco's style with real amazement. They're shocked by the leap she's made. They're impressed by the chess match intelligence she's bringing to the court. One of the most fascinating takeaways from these breakdowns is how Coco controls court geometry. As the analysts put it, Coco Gauff shrinks her side of the court and makes life incredibly uncomfortable for anyone standing across from her. So what does that actually mean in real terms? Through elite positioning, intentional movement, and unreal court coverage, Coco basically erases angles for her opponents. It feels like there's nowhere clean to hit the ball on her side. She's there early, she's balanced, and she's always loaded for the counter. And while she's shrinking her own defensive space, she's quietly stretching the opponent's court wider and wider. As frustration builds and players search desperately for a solution to Coco's defense, they start pressing, they start swinging bigger, they start forcing shots, and Coco capitalizes on every single mistake. Now here's the part that should have the entire tour on edge. This part of her game is improving by the day. It's not frozen, it's not leveling off. Coco Gauff is still growing, still refining, still unlocking new layers to her game. The analysts who track her closest all keep saying the same thing. She's getting there. She's closing in on that rare, untouchable tier that only a few players in history ever reach. And listen, it's not just analysts and number crunchers noticing this shift. Her fellow pros are saying it out loud too. Some of them are using spot-on comparisons to explain how impossible she is to play against. Just days ago, Jabeur, one of the most creative and thoughtful players on tour, dropped a comment that instantly went viral. She said Coco Gauff is like an octopus. Yes, you heard that right, an octopus.
You know, she doesn't gets every ball. She's always there. She doesn't give up. Big serve, you know. Sometimes it's a bit annoying when someone is serving well. She can go anywhere to get any.
Let that visual sit with you for a second. In Jabeur's own words, she explained that Coco simply refuses to let any ball escape easily. It's like Gauff has 8 arms out there, stretching into every corner, guarding every shot, sealing off every angle, and forcing opponents to earn every single point the hard way. It's a perfect comparison because it nails the essence of what makes Coco so dangerous. She's not just fast, she's lightning quick. She's not just reading the game well, her court awareness is elite. She's omnipresent. She's literally everywhere at once. Just when you're sure you've cracked a winner, just when you think you've found daylight, boom, there's Coco, somehow tracking the ball down and firing it back with purpose. Playing someone like that has to drain you mentally. You can hit clean shots and still walk away without the point. You can execute your game plan flawlessly and still struggle because Coco's defense forces you to hit one more ball, then another, until eventually something breaks.
You won, I think, two Grand Slams now, and a lot of 1000s, and she's been playing good. She's been at the great level with this.
I mean, she's already captured 2 Grand Slam titles at this point. She's stacked up plenty of 1000-level wins too, and she's been playing at a consistently high level. What's wild is she's doing it with essentially the same core technique, just refined and sharpened. But hold up, this is where Jabeur's comments get even more interesting, because she didn't stop at talking about Coco. She also brought up Aryna Sabalenka and pointed out something that could end up being pivotal in this growing rivalry between 2 elite forces. According to Jabeur, speaking from real on-court experience and deep tactical understanding, Sabalenka can be rattled. Not by raw power, because Sabalenka is one of the most powerful players on tour, but by movement, by consistency, and by being forced to chase ball after ball after ball.
That she hates.
Yeah, you break her rhythm.
Frustrated.
Yeah.
And if she's very fast and doesn't let me do my shots, that's very frustrating to me.
Honest with you, I feel like when you played her, you really were able to take over her speed very well. I feel like the more you played her, the better you got in control of, even when she was...
Jabeur pointed out that Sabalenka can be worn down simply by making her run after every shot. And here's the really interesting twist, the psychological angle. Sabalenka gets frustrated easily on court. You can see it clearly, especially when matches start slipping away from her. We've all witnessed those moments, right? The times when her emotions bubble over, when she smashes a racket in anger, when frustration paints her face after a lost point. It's part of what makes her so compelling to watch. She plays with unmatched intensity, emotion, and fire. But, as Jabeur highlights, that same emotional volatility can be a vulnerability. It can be targeted. It can be turned against her by a player who's patient, tactical, and skilled enough to exploit it. According to Jabeur, Coco Gauff is currently the best in the world at doing exactly that. So where does this leave us? What's the bigger picture here? We're watching the rise of what could become one of the great rivalries in women's tennis. On one side, Ariana Sabalenka, the raw power, high emotion, dominant world number one. On the other hand, Coco Gauff, the athletic, tactically brilliant, mentally unshakable challenger who's improving at a rate that has experts genuinely amazed. The stats confirm Coco now has the best return game in all of women's tennis. Analysts tell us her technical skills are hitting unprecedented heights. Her peers say she's almost impossible to crack, and the eye test backs it all up. Coco Gauff is no longer just a rising star. She's no longer the future. She's here. She's competing at the absolute top level, and she's exceeding expectations in ways that suggest she might be ready to take that ultimate step to number one. For Sabalenka, the challenge is obvious. Can she defend her top spot against someone perfectly built to counter her style? Can she control her emotions when it matters most? Can she break through Coco's nearly impenetrable defense? These are the questions that will shape the next chapter of women's tennis. And based on the stats, the analysis, and the performances we're seeing right now, one thing is certain. We're in for an absolutely electrifying ride. So what do you think? Is Coco ready to claim world number one? Can Sabalenka hold her off? Drop your predictions in the comments below. Smash that like button if you loved this breakdown, and don't forget to subscribe for more tennis content. I'll catch you in the next video.